Hello, everyone. I'm the disembodied head of Walt Disney, I mean Bob Iger, the CEO of your favorite global megacorporation. Welcome to D23, the expo that we have to show off all the fun things that Disney is working on. Now, I'd like you all to remember that this expo is not for you. It's not for the fans. It's not for you watching at home, getting excited about all the new things we're announcing. D23 is an expo that we have created, designed specifically for our shareholders. Those people who have paid hundreds of millions into Disney stock to make sure that we are making the most money that we can so that they can get a return on their investment. Everything we announce today will be to appease our shareholders and remind them why Disney is one of the greatest and most profitable machines in the entertainment industry. We don't care if you like what we make. We don't care if you watch what we make. All we care is that you pay for it in some way. Speaking of money, Disney is back in the box office. We have 2 of the top spots of the year right now, with another coming up on the way. We have revived the cinematic experience. We have brought people back out of their homes, stopping to watch Disney Plus, to actually come into a cinema and watch some new movies. But how did we achieve such a gargantuan task? Well, the first way is by exploiting the nostalgia of a bunch of kids who watched Inside Out 1 maybe a decade ago and are now old enough to pay for their own cinema ticket. Inside Out, of course, was not only commercially well received, but also critically well received, which is one of the best things for us here at Disney. If a movie is doing well critically, then we can milk it for much longer because people expect that same sort of quality. Will Inside Out 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 be as good as Inside Out 1? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, if it makes us $1 billion, that's all right with us. And just in case you thought we had enough of exploiting children's nostalgia, we have some new Pixar movie announcements today. Have a look at these. Toy Story 5. Remember how Toy Story 3 ended beautifully with Toy Story 3 and was a beautiful touchstone to the end of the story? And then we released Toy Story 4 and kind of milked the franchise some more. Well, we're going to continue to do that. As well as alongside Incredibles 3. Incredibles 2 also not as well received as Incredibles 1, but made a lot of money. So we will be making a 3rd Incredibles film, and also Finding Nemo's son again for a 2nd time. That one's not real, but if it ends up being real, Disney, you owe me $1 million. But the other film that's made us a bunch of money right now is Deadpool and Wolverine, the best Marvel film ever made, and which contains so much fan service that reminded everyone why they loved going to the cinema in the first place. Did you cheer when they were on screen? I hope you did. But we don't just care about children here at Disney. We have some stuff for the parents as well. Alien Romulus has just released in cinemas and is doing quite well. We recently hit 200 million worldwide, am I right? Okay. Alien Romulus is the most recent Alien film, the first Alien film in 6 years, the first good Alien film in maybe 40 years. Alien Romulus contains all of the fun fan service and references to every other Alien movie. It's great if you like Alien, and for all those parents coming back into the cinema wanting to see a fun horror action film, Alien Romulus is the movie for you. It'll make you feel good, it'll remind you of all the other Alien movies, and hopefully make you watch those as well. They're available on Disney+. We packed Alien Romulus so much full of references that it has become almost like a Marvel movie. The similarity between Alien Romulus and Deadpool and Wolverine is almost exactly the same. Speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, our other $1 billion movie in the cinemas right now, we have done everything we can to push this marketing campaign to make everyone want to go and see Deadpool and Wolverine, and it has paid off. It is the first MCU movie to make $1 billion in a very long time, and everyone loves it. We're just going to brush over the analysis of the film entirely. Did we make one of the most generic Marvel movies of all time that is only really supplemented by a bunch of cameos and jokes made by Ryan Reynolds? Don't worry about it. Did you clap? Did you cheer when Channing Tatum was there at Gambit? Isn't that great? We even got a meme. Disney got a meme again. Oh boy, I'm about to make a name for myself. Both Alien and Romulus and Deadpool and Wolverine are doing great because we bought Fox. Yeah, let's go. Can I get a round of applause for us purchasing one of the biggest media companies in the world, and now we're putting it under the same umbrella as everything else? Okay, well, tough crowd. That is one of the best ways we here at Disney make more money, is by buying up a lot of promising studios of big franchises and then pulling them all under the Disney banner. So why don't we go to some of those franchises now? Let's head to one of the most profitable franchises in our business, Star Wars. Give it up for Dave Filoni, everyone. Thanks, Bob. Hey, guys, it's me, Dave Filoni. I'm not going to do a voice. It's going to be the same voice the whole time, and I'm sorry about that. Man, isn't Star Wars great? Can I get a cheer for how good Star Wars is? That was a trick question. Star Wars is bad. Or maybe it was bad. Those sequel films that we made, bad. We have made some great Star Wars since then. We've tried our best to convince you guys that, guess what? There is good Star Wars stuff. Look at all of the incredible Star Wars shows that are on Disney+. Clone Wars, Bad Batch, The Mandalorian Season 1, Andor, and I'm going to stop there for no particular reason. We have continued to put out as much Star Wars as we can, as often as we can, only on Disney+, because you have to pay for that service in order to watch any new Star Wars content. Do you like seeing continuations of our favorite Star Wars characters? Well, we have a ton of stuff for you. Did you not watch Rebels and were confused by a lot of Ahsoka? Too bad. Catch up. It's all available on Disney+. The Star Wars franchise has been fluctuating so much, so frequently, that people, in the same breath of saying that we ruined Star Wars, will claim me as the messiah for saving it. So you're welcome, everyone. Clone Wars saved Star Wars. Don't go back and rewatch it. And if it doesn't hold up, then that's your fault. It's not mine. I think it's a good show. But one of the best things about Star Wars on Disney Plus is that it allowed us to make a bunch of new content around a lot of different parts of the Star Wars fandom. The Acolyte just got released, which was a new take on Star Wars while also being a very traditional take on Star Wars, and had a lot of fan service, but also explored some new things in a timeline unfamiliar to most of the fan base. Some of you might say that The Acolyte is a terribly written show that is garbage and shouldn't need to be watched. Some of you might say that The Acolyte is actually an interesting take on Star Wars and provides some fun lightsaber battles and cringy dialogue and cool Force users. But what do I say about The Acolyte? I say cancel it. Who needs it? Get rid of it. All those fun things that we teased in season 1, we're not going to see any more of that again. You didn't like it, right? Or all those petitions that say that they want to save it. Well, there's a bunch of petitions that say that you don't want to save it. We can't listen to the fans because the fans can't listen to themselves. So we're just going to cancel it. Who cares? Chuck that one in the bin. Don't even think about it anymore. Don't worry about it. If you go back and watch it again and you're like, oh, I wonder what happened to all these people, I don't care. We're not even going to touch it again. No more Acolyte. Despite it running up a lot of press for us, probably the most talked about Star Wars show in a very, very, very long time, I don't think it made us enough money. And because it was so expensive to make, there was no way we were going to get a return on our investment. So we're just going to scrap it. We're not making any more of the Acolyte. Do you know how expensive it is to put Daphne Keane in a bunch of Star Wars makeup? We'll just CGI it. Do you know how cheap CGI artists are nowadays? Star Wars is not making us enough money right now. We have our cool park at Disney, Go and See Galaxy's Edge. We have a bunch of cool merchandise that we had to take off the store because the Acolyte did so badly. But Star Wars is not making us enough money. But instead of fixing this the right way, we've gone the opposite direction. If you liked The Mandalorian, our probably most successful Star Wars show right now, the only way for you to watch the next part of that franchise is to be seeing it in a cinema. You thought you were just going to be able to use your Disney Plus subscription to watch the new installment of Mandalorian and Grogu? Nope, too bad. If you want to be able to watch it without spoilers, which in the Star Wars community is impossible, you're going to have to see it day one in the theater. We're going to charge you twice as much to watch one episode of a TV show. How about that? Don't you love that? You can see it on the big screen again. We haven't had a Star Wars movie that was good in ages. The Mandalorian and Grogu will make us a lot of money, and if it doesn't, I don't know what we're going to do. Because that needs to make money. If the Star Wars movie doesn't make money, I don't know what we're going to do about Star Wars at that point. We might just have to scrap the whole thing. We're just going to have to get rid of it. No more Star Wars. Maybe we'll get George Lucas back and he'll remaster the original trilogy a 7th time. And then maybe people might want to watch it. We needed Star Wars to make MCU money. We needed to create these interconnected stories through the TV shows and through the movies. But we haven't made any movies. And the TV shows aren't doing particularly well. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it, honestly. I might just make another season of Andor. That was good, right? You guys like that one? Anyways, well, enough about me. You guys like Marvel. We all like Marvel. So why don't I pass it on to one of the best people here at Disney, the one that is making us make all of these decisions that we're doing now because he was able to make so much money. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Feige. What's up, guys? It's me, Kevin. Let's go. It's me, Kevin. You know, that guy from the end of She-Hulk? Remember She-Hulk? We sure don't. Remember when we were one of the biggest names in cinema? Remember when we created a franchise that was so big and so good that anytime anyone else tried to make a franchise, it just utterly failed because they could not compete with the dominance of the MCU. Remember how over a decade we spent building up film by film to an incredible conclusion that was so gratifying and continues to this day to be one of the most iconic moments in all of cinema? And then we kind of did nothing else after that? Remember how we then almost immediately saturated Disney Plus with a bunch of new Marvel shows that came out within like 2-month installments of each other, all somewhat connected and kind of being required to watch? That is the most comic book thing we ever did. You guys like comic books, right? These are comic book movies. So why don't we make the movies more like comic books and make you want to read as much of it as you can? You haven't caught up yet? Too bad. You watch the Marvels and you don't know who Captain Marvel is? Too bad. We saturated our own market. We had no competition and decided to flood the superhero market with our own content because we just thought people would continue to buy stuff. You guys are consumers, right? So why did you stop consuming? But anyways, here's Fantastic Four. Look, it's got the people that you know in it, like Pedro Pascal. He's also in Star Wars. Go and watch Star Wars, by the way. It's on Disney+. Fantastic Four is going to be the new movie and it's going to be really good. Then will you come to the cinema? Please? Please, can you come back to the cinema? We're like kind of worried about the fact that no one's coming back to the cinema anymore. We put it, you remember that Spider-Man movie? That Spider-Man movie was good, that did well. But Sony kind of got a big chunk out of that. That wasn't like a pure Disney movie. So we didn't get as much profit as we kind of wanted to. And then we put out the Marvels and that didn't do particularly well. We had Multiverse of Madness, that didn't do particularly well. We don't have a lot of good MCU films that have come out recently. And our TV shows are dwindling because we just keep making season 2s of the shows that actually did work. We were going to put out an Agatha show, right? You guys like that character, so we're going to make a whole show about her, right? That's what you guys want to see, right? That's what you want. You guys like the Russo brothers? You remember they're the ones that made like the good Avengers movies, right? What if we're going to bring them back and then they're going to make good movies again? Then when you guys come to the cinema, what if we put Robert Downey Jr. in it? Then we'll put Robert Downey Jr., but he's going to be something different. He's going to be Doctor Doom. Is that going to be good? Yeah. And then you guys are going to come and see it, right? Because like, you know him, you know that guy. He's Iron Man, but he's not going to be Iron Man this time. It's going to be He's going to be like Tin Man or a different Metal Man. So, and then that'll be good, right? Then I'm not going to get fired and we can keep making money because we aren't making enough money. Then will you come back to the cinema, please? Oh, sorry, I'm getting it. Yeah? Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine made $1 billion and everyone's claiming it's the best Marvel movie of all time and not critically analyzing it at all and just saying that Marvel is back because they made a movie that featured a bunch of other Marvel things that people know. And it was this actually really big crossover because we just bought Fox and shoved as much Fox stuff into the movie as possible. So we're okay? We made money? Never mind anything I just said. All of these announcements that we made today, we made when back at a time when we didn't think we were going to make any money. But now we're making money again. So we're good. Marvel is back, baby. We're going to keep making so much more of these things. Every single Marvel movie we release from now on, it's going to be just like Deadpool and Wolverine. It's going to have a bunch of cameos in it. It's going to be very, very boring to watch on like a storytelling level. All the characters are going to be snarky, and that's just going to be what we do from now on. So thank you, fans, for paying all of this money to see all the movies that you want to see, because we will continue to make as much of it as possible. We're all good. Okay. Phew. I'm going to pass it back to Bob now. Bob, did you hear the news? We made money. Thanks, Kevin. Hopefully you're excited about the news we've shared today. Hopefully you're excited to see the newest installments in franchises we are milking dry. We here at Disney are committed to making rich and incredible stories that inspire you to keep giving us more money. Thank you for watching. Unlike everything Disney put out, this video is free. So if you liked it, consider subscribing or watch a video on the Acolyte that I did before Disney strikes the entire existence of the show from the internet and claims it as a tax write-off. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.